When you visit Hawaii, you will often hear the phrase Mālama, ʻāina, meaning to care for the land. The idea is that when we care for the land, you're part of a cycle that enriches everything and everyone, including our experience as visitors to the Hawaiian Islands. As a visitor, I really wanted to learn how to care for the land properly. There are so many ways you can help practice Mālama ʻāina. One thing you can do is respect road signs when you're exploring.
The biggest thing for me is to not go beyond signs or railings.
Yes, of course, yes.
Especially because if you get hurt, then one of our people in Hawaii has to be a first responder and put their life in danger to save you. So that's the biggest one to me with Mālama is you don't know the nature here, so let's respect that.
Yes. I'm not sure if you're aware, so in Australia we have a big rock called Uluru. Many, many years ago, someone thought it was a smart idea to put a chain up the rock for tourists to climb up the rock. The Indigenous elders from Uluru, they asked not to climb the rock. It's very dangerous and it's not safe at all, but it's also disrespecting the Aboriginal culture. So many people, they die and they feel responsible because that is their land, and it's very similar,
It's important to follow the signs and the guidance of the community. This will not only protect you, but will also help you honour the land and the culture built around it. When in Hawaii, you might see signs that say kapu. This means keep out. It's important to obey this rule, as this could be a culturally significant area. Another great way to appreciate the land is to understand what grows on it. Tobias took us through some of the plants that make the Hawaiian landscape so unique.
We're standing in the greenhouse and we have some amazing plants in front of us here. We have a plant that is extinct in the wild.
Oh, wow.
But we're doing everything in our power to at least preserve it, and biding our time, doing research, and doing outreach to help other people appreciate that this plant at one point actually belongs out in the wild. Wherever you come from, there are native plants. They are facing threats, and taking a measurable step beyond caring for it makes a difference. Hawaii is a great place to come visit, and I imagine if you were to return home again, those very personal stories, if you looked, you would find them.
I would definitely, now that when I go back home, I will definitely be thinking more hardly into plants. It's not just, people can come to Hawaii and, experience the wonderful place, but to be able to come to a place like the Botanical Gardens is so much more special. You're immersing yourself in the culture and the history, whilst obviously enjoying your beautiful holiday.
A native Hawaiian plant is defined as one that got to Hawaii initially via one of three natural processes: wind, wing, or wave. I also learned that the Hawaiian Islands are unfortunately the extinction capital of the world. So it's really important to take care of their native Hawaiian plant species. One way to do this is to stay on hiking trails that have already experienced human impact. Āina means both land and that which feeds. This deep connection between food and land stretches back to the first people who arrived in Hawaii by canoe.
So Sam, I brought you into the canoe garden, one of my most favorite parts of the garden. And the canoe plants were the plants the Polynesians brought over on the canoes.
Okay.
And you can imagine if they took their time bring them on the canoes, they needed that plants for survival.
Yes.
So really main staples, and that's why they're my favorites and all the good uses. So I'd like to show you some of those plants and some of those
I'd love
uses.
to.
Now this one here is one of those canoe plants that the Polynesians brought over, and many are familiar with it. Here in Hawaii we call it olena, more known as turmeric. So this is what turmeric looks like when it's growing right here. Under the ground though, you have all the rhizomes like that. And that's what we get all the pills and powders and stuff. And and everybody knows that it's the best anti-inflammatory. It's good for your brain, good for everything. And fresh turmeric is so good for you. You want to try a little?
Why not? Why not? It'd be rude not to, right?
It's a little strong, so go easy with that one.
No, I have turmeric in like my lemon waters in the morning, so yes. It reminds me of curry powder.
Many farms are using traditional practices and plants to support the community and teach others about the connection between the land and native Hawaiian culture.
Sam, this is one of my proudest places on the farm. It's 5 acres that we've turned into what is like a Polynesian agroforestry block, where we have kalo, where we have ulu, we have banana, and it's all growing naturally together. And for us, it's a big shift into not using pesticides or herbicides. So for us, this is the future we see in this 5 acre. And we want this, and in Hawaii we call it the piko, and we want that to grow. And in Hawaii, you know, we have this phrase, to Mālama, the ʻāina, is to take care of the land. And if you take care of the land, then in return, it takes care of you too.
Learning about the relationship that Native Hawaiians have with the land and its connection to Mālama was inspiring and reminded me of my own connection to country. Hawaii has taught me so many valuable lessons and deepened my appreciation for these beautiful islands. I hope it inspires you to embark on your own Mālama adventure and journey with Aloha in your heart.